Hello, Libra. Welcome to your 2022 reading. This is going to be a general reading. Um, it might touch on love, but I am going to do love-specific readings in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for those. But yeah, this is general. If it doesn't resonate, or even if it does, make sure to also check your moon, rising, and Venus sign. Just maybe one of those will resonate, or it'll give you kind of a better idea of like the bigger picture, like everything that's coming in for you, right? So what we have here today is we have Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle, Light Seers Tarot, Spirit Animal Oracle, and we just have star seeds here. And the star seeds are kind of going to give us, I'm going to say the theme of the year almost, something that you're likely going to experience or try to embody as the year goes on. So let's see what we have for Libra here to start out. There we go. Oh, signs. And there's dreams at the bottom of the deck here too. The card that fell out here is signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward and revealing to you signs and synchronicities. So I get the feeling that throughout 2022, you're going to be noticing, I want to say, like a lot of different paths and a lot of different things that feel like you should follow them. And that's going to be the universe trying to keep you on the right path, trying to, I want to say, reassure you, and also just make sure that you're following what you need to follow, I guess is how I want to put that. So it's definitely going to be something like, maybe you'll notice the same numbers, maybe you'll notice the same animals, something like that, over and over and over again. And it's going to just be something that I want to say you should keep an eye on, especially if you ask your guides for a specific sign. Like maybe you ask them to show you a specific animal for something, or maybe you ask for like a specific number, stuff like that. So I'm going to say 2022 is just going to be the year to really pay attention to the things that stick out, is how I want to put that. But let's get a little bit more. We're going to start with the Spirit Animal Oracle here for Libra for 2022. Maybe. Here we go. Oh, there. I like that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have White Raven Spirit, Trust in the Magic. And then we also have here Badger Spirit, Be Fearless and Bold. I really like that. I almost just want to say it's kind of going to be Libra's time to shine, I guess. It's just going to be moments for you to step out of your comfort zone, I want to say. Take strong leadership, strong control of your life. And I really like that. Let's also, we have Wisdom of the Hidden Realms here. This is a newer deck for me. And we're just going to see what this one has as well. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is the River Queen, flow, letting go, natural movement. It's going to definitely going to be a year, I want to say, to kind of go with the flow. And I just heard when you feel stuck, when you feel like things aren't going anywhere, like you're, I don't know, a tree that gets lodged between rocks in the river, right? I want to say, look for the signs that are going to be shown to you and use them to find your way out, is what I'm getting. But the fire prints here, we have optimism and aggression. I'm kind of, the energy I'm getting from this is kind of between Page of Wands and Knight of Wands energy. It's pushing yourself to level up just a little bit. It's like you're between something, but I think you're definitely going to, along with this, Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold, right? You're going to find the times to be a little more, I don't even want to say aggressive, maybe assertive is the word I'm looking for, right? Be assertive when you need to, and if you can't, just be optimistic about your circumstances, right? But I also just noticed here we've got the Fire Prince is level 40. If you reduce it, it's obviously 4. And then the Badger Spirit here is also 4. 4s are about stability and creating stability. So if that's what you're doing in the coming year, that's really good, because I know the past several years have been definitely not stable. There's so much uncertainty flying around even now that I've been feeling a lot of people have been having trouble finding their own stability. So it kind of has, not saying you've been knocked down, but getting back up on your feet sort of energy, if that makes sense. But let's go into the tarot here. Now, something you'll probably notice, like, even though this is a 2022 reading, I'm not doing a month by month kind of thing. I'm just, what's been coming to me is kind of more like a major event or several major events throughout the year. And as I get the feeling, there is kind of a time frame, but I wanted to leave it slightly open-ended because tarot is a little fluid. Not everything is really set in stone, but let's see here. I think that's a good amount of cards to start on. So, the Empress, Ten of Swords, Death. Oh, wow. Okay, so there is going to be an end put to something that's kind of, without a question, what Death and Ten of Swords is. Now, the thing I love most about the Light Seers Tarot is it's not just the Death card, it's also the Rebirth card. So, even though something is coming to an end, it's kind of like you yourself, not the situation, but you yourself are kind of, I just heard, getting a new lease on life sort of thing. Kind of, it's like ending something opens up a brighter beginning, which is an interesting way to put that. But it's, with the Ten of Swords, I do have to point out that it's, to me especially, like, Ten of Swords is definitely like, this is definitely done, this is definitely over with, but in some respects it's also a bit of over dramatic, and it's absolutely overkill, because I mean, who needs more than one sword to actually, end someone or something? Like, 10 is just a bit extreme. So I get the feeling that whatever is coming to an end is something that you've been wanting to end for quite a while, because there's a lot of energy in here that I really am not a fan of. I'm just looking through, like, you've been pushing through with this Nine of Wands because it's something I believe that you kind of had no choice in the matter. Like, if this is in regards to work, especially with things being the way that they are, you might have wanted to say, I am absolutely done with this, I cannot do this anymore, and screw you guys, I'm leaving. But the world is so uncertain. Possibly your local economy is kind of uncertain, that nothing is guaranteed, right? So what you had currently, it was at least a guaranteed paycheck, and you couldn't just drop it and go. So it's something, like I said, the job thing might only apply to some of you, but it's something that has really been not very kind to you. Because I also have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords here. There's something that's just been causing you a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, likely because there's a lot of hidden stuff going on. Someone has likely been keeping things from you, and even if they're not necessarily like end of the world kind of secrets, it's something that's still why was it necessary to lie about kind of thing, if that makes sense. So it's just, and this definitely feels kind of like a beginning of the year energy. This is the energy I'm feeling just right out the gate. It's coming through as currents as well, as something that's just been, yeah, it's, I feel a buildup of energy is what I'm feeling, and it's how you're entering into the new year. And the thing I'm seeing about the new year is that I want to say there's something coming in, something a little more solid. This isn't the ace, but it is the page, and the page to me is still someone who brings you an offer, right? It's good news, I feel. And pentacles are something material, something solid. So I want to say there's something new taking root, something you've possibly started with in the past but hasn't really taken off yet. Because I mean, when it comes to like this person's surrounded by how many trees here, right? Um, Around her foot is a root, and I mean, trees take a long time to grow. They don't just magically go from a seedling to an 8-foot spruce overnight, you know. So I get the feeling that this is something. I just heard that a seed was planted a while ago and it's kind of taken root and is finally starting to grow, show its leaves, show its produce. Yeah. So it's something better is coming, but something else needs to be let go of first. And it feels to me like there's some excitement about letting go of it, but it has to happen. I want to say it's possibly within the first few months, but again, it's tarot and time are a little fluid. They don't always adhere to timelines, right? So it's within the confines of the year. I want to say somewhere in the first half of the year, there's an ending coming. And I do have the Tower here, so it's something that's going to be abrupt. I think it's going to shock a lot of people around you. And it might even shock you a little bit, I'm hearing, but it's just like a moment, almost a burst of clarity, even where it's just like, I'm not actually as stuck as I think I am. So we're moving on. And I like that. I like that a lot. I see that whatever is coming in after that is going to be something that's long term, something that is going to bring you abundance. And I feel in general just make you feel better about yourself. Okay? There's definitely going to be some cause for celebration. Whatever is coming in might even come through from a friend. But it feels like a moment where you let go and you finally feel like you can breathe again, is what I just heard. So of course you're going to want to celebrate that, right? And I like that a lot, because some of the hardest things we ever do is getting out of things that no longer serve us, especially when they are tied to us emotionally or tied to our lives in some other integral way that makes it difficult to let go and to leave. So the fact that it's being released in such a way that it's just instant relief feels really good. Okay. I do have a couple more cards here, but I want a few more first. Okay. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, whatever this is, whatever this ending is for certain, is a long time coming. Something that you've been working towards but haven't quite been able to action yet. And then out of nowhere, it's like your opportunity is there and you are seizing the moment for sure. And I really like that. Now these other cards here look like manifestation of love. Now, this might not apply to all of you, that's okay, but I've got the Magician, the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups. This might be, even if it's not love, I'm hearing for some of you a friend, but there's a manifestation of, I almost want to say a reunion, and I only say that because my eyes were drawn back to the Three of Cups, so that's like a twofold energy on this card. It's, for some of you, it's a friendship. For others of you, I want to say it's a manifestation of new love with this Knight of Cups. Yeah, Six of Cups. This feels more like an old pal. And I think that's just because it's this person and their dog, right? Best friends, that kind of thing. And it's someone you've known for a while, because it, like, the time frame here. I'm feeling that there wants to be a healing of a situation. Something happened. You've been speaking for a while. Use another deck to get more on that. This other person. This reunion. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Tower at the bottom of the deck again. So I feel like whatever happened between the two of you was something that there was not even really a lead up to. It was just one day out of the blue, we're not friends anymore. Which is very upsetting, I have to say. It's never easy, especially when it's a good friend, I'm feeling. But the Star came out. There wants to be some healing, and the Three of Wands is there. Well, it's, I almost get the feeling of planning what you want to say, or they're planning what they want to say. But it's, Four of Wands is one of those celebration cards, again, that I feel is tied into this Three of Cups. But I have a reverse King of Wands here and an upright King of Pentacles. So there could be, one of you has strong earth in your chart, one of you has strong fire in your chart. Either way, I'm feeling whoever has the fire was not acting in their highest vibration. Whatever was said between the two of you, I feel like whoever was this King of Pentacles, I want to say was trying to be like, I almost want to say the bigger person, and just kind of say like, hey, this isn't working out for me. What's the way that things have been are not the way that I want them to continue to be. And yeah, I'm looking like the background on the King of Wands is kind of like night. There's a moon, and in here in the same opening on the King of Pentacles, it's like walking towards the day. So it was like one of you was trying to right a situation where I feel there wasn't really an equal give and take. And then it was kind of like the other person, the fire energy I'm feeling out of this, took it so personally and so almost in the wrong way that they were just like, I'm done. There wasn't really with the Five of Wands, there wasn't really an energy I'm feeling of kind of fighting for anything. There was maybe an effort on one side briefly, and then almost just as brief on the other side, but it didn't really connect, it didn't really click. And then it was just kind of like, well, I guess we're not doing this anymore. And I feel like neither one of you have really let go of your pride enough to reach out to the other person. I get the feeling that you still miss them quite a lot. I get the feeling that they're on your mind, and vice versa. You're on their mind quite often, but you're just not speaking to each other. Justice came out reversed here, as did the Page of Wands and the Sun. These are not really cards that you want to be reversed. Justice to me in the reverse is definitely, it kind of gives me some Seven of Swords energy, in a way that it's, I'm not going to tell you how I really feel. You've hurt me, so why should I listen to you? Why why should I trust anything you have to say? You hurt me. And it's kind of not really taking responsibility for your own actions in the situation. Not saying that you haven't, but the other person might not have either. Um, and especially with the reverse Page of Wands, it's definitely more of an immature energy. It's not wanting to see your side of things, like your involvement. It's just placing the blame on the other person. Okay, and the reverse sun, I mean, the sun is supposed to be the happiest card in the deck, right? But when it's reversed, I almost want to say there's just such a large delay in this that it still might take most of the rest of the next year to get anything resolved. Um, Now, the sun to me would very often say summer. However, I just want to see this reverse sun. Yeah. Yeah. The first two cards to come out were the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups. It's a reluctance to speak your truth, almost. Especially when it's followed by a reversed Seven of Swords, a reversed Queen of Cups, a reversed Five of Swords, a reversed Knight of Cups, a reversed Ace of Wands. Like, to have that many cards come out reverse, it's like there is the desire, because the Ace of Swords is upright. There is the desire to talk, but with the Five of Cups and all the other reversed cards that have come out, it's just a feeling of, you've hurt me, so why should I be the one to apologize, right? Which isn't really a way to go about it, because I feel as though, on the one hand of things, when whoever was trying to fix this said the way that things have been aren't really working for me, they were trying to tell you, or you were trying to tell them, that their actions or your actions were hurting the other person, right? So one of you hurt each other, and maybe not even in such a major way, but it was just a moment of saying, someone said the way things have been are not working, and the other person took it so much to heart, took it so wildly over the top. I just looked back at the Ten of Swords. They took it in such a way that saying, like, oh, you're calling me a bad friend and it's all my fault, and what have you trying to do? Like, it's, all I'm getting is such an immature energy of not wanting to, someone did not want to acknowledge that they were hurting the other person when it was brought to their attention. And it's been in such a way that they've reversed it back on the other person to say, well, now you've hurt me and you've hurt me so much worse, kind of thing. That this is in such delay. I do want an apology. Okay. I do have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. It almost feels to me like this could go either way. Okay. Awakening is here, which is Judgment. And then I've also got Two of Swords, and it kind of came out sideways, so it's a decision that's already split, I feel. I get the feeling that neither of you really want to own up and apologize. One of you feels like you don't need to apologize because you were just trying to balance the status quo. And the other person feels like they don't need to apologize because they're being such a child and not seeing how they may have also caused some pain in this relationship. So they're just being like, well, you hurt me first, kind of about it. So I think there's almost a decision of, do I let them go? Do I just give up, kind of thing? Um, I feel like with Judgment in this deck being called Awakening, some of you or some of them are going to see that this isn't really worth losing, but others, I feel like it's just best to cut your losses. If you're not sure which camp you lie in, I feel like if you continue watching readings or do your own throughout the year, it will be more clear as the year goes on which pool you end up in, which direction you need to go. And I feel like it's also kind of based off of the actions of that person as well. Like if you do try to apologize and they're just not having any of it, there's your answer, right? But yeah, that's what I was getting from that. But back to the rest of the cards here with the Magician, the King of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. This does feel like manifestation of love, trying to bring it in. And because it's the Nine of Cups and it's a wish card, it's a wish fulfillment card, I do see it coming. But I feel like the manifestation part of things is something that carries you throughout the year. Now, again, this might also have bearing on your other major signs in your chart. So if you've got a lot of Libra, you could be manifesting the whole year. If you're just like a Libra here and you've got like a different sun sign or a moon sign or a rising, whatever, what have you, and something else tells you otherwise, it could be that things are sped up a little bit. But for all of you, I see some kind of manifestation. And even if you're in a relationship, it feels like a deepening of said relationship. So, I mean, that's actually really nice because in conjunction with the Nine of Cups, it doesn't matter how long you're manifesting for. I kind of get the feeling that it's going to come in eventually, right? And even if the manifestation takes you through most of the year, you might still find someone a year from now, right? But before we close this off, I'm gonna do a Moonology card. I feel, and I'm not gonna do half the deck because I can't shuffle. Let's see here what we have for Libra. Okay, we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Which actually, now that I think about it, isn't... Sorry, I'm recording this on December 19th, and I'm wondering, is it this already full moon in Gemini? Yes, it is. So, I mean, how much better could that get, right? Full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. If you don't get them exactly today, I do still believe that this is a very strong sign that they are coming, and they are coming soon. Especially because at the bottom of the deck here, we have a new start is coming. And, I mean, how much better could that get, right? A new start is coming. I mean, it's not just a new year, I feel it's a new, I don't want to say everything, but it almost feels like it's such a powerful new that it feels like it could be everything to you. Okay? So that's beautiful, and I love that. So I wish you all the strength getting through whatever this ending is up here, because I know this is going to be difficult. It feels kind of messy, but I truly believe that you have the strength to push through it, because I am staring at the Nine of Wands as I say it. So I wish you a lot of luck and a lot of peace. And those of you who want just a soul love reading, look out for Love 2022 coming, because in the coming weeks they will be posted. So hit subscribe if you haven't already. hit the like button if this resonated with you, and I hope it did. But if it did, just leave the like because that lets me know I've tapped into your energies, which is very important for me as a tarot reader. I want to give you the most accurate message that I can. So take care of yourselves, Libra, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.